Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. It's a joke. How'd you get it? Think, feel, and believe. Think, feel, and believe 8. Think, feel, and believe 8. Think, feel, and believe 8. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So, coming off a little bit from where we were talking about that accident. Yeah. Again, and let that be a warning, because, well, at the time, see, even though it happened to me, I was doing it blindly. I didn't even think twice about it. I mean, obviously, I hit that truck going 55, 60 miles an hour. Boom, you can't even imagine the boom it did. Shouldn't get into this because I'm going to just do a video series just on that. But at the time that I even did that, it was just something else I was doing blindly. At the time that it happened, because of all the intense spiritual experiences that I was having and the spiritual growth and the things that were being poured into my head at the time. I'm thinking, oh, God was in control, allowing it to happen, which essentially it was. But people out there would think, oh, why could he have such a bad thing to happen? Well, guess what, dude? God gave you free will. And Jesus said, out of the goodness of a heart, a man called forth good things. Out of the evilness of a heart, a man called forth evil things. As a man thinketh, so he is. Call things out as though they are. And let you know wholeheartedly, stuff's happening in your life. The things that you're thinking, feeling, believing, you got a lot more power in you than you really realize. The power of you is in your spirit, but you need to listen to those videos in Church on Sundays. Yeah, and watch those videos and find out a little bit more in depth of what's going on there. But so I was doing that one blindly. And from that point on, the next 4 years of my life were hell. There was days where I just said, God, take me away, because the agony and the pain and the suffering was so intense that there wasn't really anything that I focused on anything other than that. Came to a point one time where after a period of time took place that my wife at the time, we were having a baby, and it was a few weeks before that. And this is kind of interesting. So I was doing it blindly, right? I was doing all these things blindly, all the stuff that I talked about in Think, Feel, and Believe, and the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Think, Feel, and Believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you listen to those videos, and I'm just sure. So I was doing all these things blindly, and there was more of them that were going on, except for those are the ones that I poignantly remember that were big. They were showing me that, man, I must have some sort of power or something. But then, that I didn't even think twice about it when it happened in my accident. What I had to actually years later learned that I'd take responsibility for it. That one was kind of hard to swallow, but then it proved to me also just even much more deeply about what you think, feel, and believe about. What you think, what you're feeling, and then creates that belief, and then there's a synergistic dynamic that's going on there. And it's for all human beings. It's not just me that's special. It's for all human beings, because we're all created by God, right? Okay? So, and friends, you know what I'm saying? Go watch Church on Sundays. And so I can't, during those 4 years, I can't say I was probably obviously manifesting things and didn't even know it then either. But then this is what really shake, rattle, and roll, man, shake, rattle, and roll, shake, rattle, and roll me. Came across this video, and a lot of people out there have heard it before. It's called The Secret. You want to know a secret? It's a secret. Well, it's not really a secret. It's something that's been going on for a long time. And Jesus told us, but when he told us, it went right on by, right on by, right on by, right on by. And so there was this video called The Secret, and you can go find it. It's out there for real cheap now. But when it first came out, I don't know how I came across it, but I did. I've always been on the search for truth. And in the depths of many things, I've always been on the search for truth. So I came across this video on The Secret. I think I watched it. I believe I watched it online. I paid like, I think it was like $5 to watch it online or something like that. So I watched it online. And when I watched it online, well, let me tell you the story here first. Okay, so I watched it online, and I'll get to that. But so then when I watched it, and then I was for darn snatch, snooping, tart, tootin' gonna buy that video. I tell you what. So I go to order this DVD, right? And at the time I'm ordering it, I'm thinking to myself, I want to order 2. I should really order 2. I want to order 2. I should really order 2. I want to. But you know what? I'll just order one now, because at the time I was budgeting my money. And so I only ordered one. And at the time they were like $20, saying like $40 for 2 videos. Yeah, I just ordered one now. I think they might have even been $25. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago. And so I decided, so I'm like, okay, because I'll always be here, and I'll just come back and order another one some other time. So I ordered this DVD, and I get it, and I ordered it, and then it's not showing up. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a week. I was into a week and a half, going on to 2 weeks, and I was like, and so I called them up and I said, hey, I ordered this video, like, I should have gotten it by now. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll go ahead and send you another one. So they send me another one. This is like, this to me, this story's classic, because here I am ordering the video called The Secret. Don't tell nobody. And don't tell nobody. And don't tell nobody. And so they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll send you out another one. So they send me out another one. I get this DVD, and then about 3 days later, I get another one. So you see, in the beginning, I was kind of doing a blind. I was like, oh, I want another one. Oh, I want 2. Oh, I should order 2. I should order 2. And what did I get? I only paid for one. Don't tell nobody. And I only paid for one, but I got 2. So that's another blindly thing. But see, I think you never know. You never know how much power you got at the time you got it, and when you think and feel and believing how much power at the time you think you got it. So I got 2 videos, but so anyway. That's the story about the video and everything, which, it's another thing blindly. the secret, having I should order 2. I should order 2. I even brought that while I was waiting for the DVD. I should order 2. Oh, yeah. But I can always go back and order. I wish I had 2. I should order 2. No, but, I can always go back. Thought about that. What happens, right? So, you do have the power inside you, and there's a lot of things you're doing you don't even know it. So I get this video, but I can tell you the first time I watched it, see, because I'd had all these experiences, some of which I shared with y'all on back and watch and think, feel, and believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Listen, watch those videos. And all the stories that I showed you where I was doing it blindly, thinking I had some sort of power or something. And then when I watched it online for the first time, I said, oh my, if you watch The Secret, go ahead and watch it. Get it. It's worth it. Totally worth it. It's like the, what they talk about and everything. And it was like, oh, I'm watching. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real. This is real. It's like, oh my gosh. Because The Secret explains it to, they don't really make any spiritual connection with it at all. Maybe just, and there's some, and then they just kind of like go over it like, the way that they're explaining it is like they're taking the butter knife and they're just kind of going over it, and they're just kind of going over it. But because I experienced so many of them blindly, it was like, man, I tell you, it was like, oh my gosh, this is real. This stuff is real. And then I began to understand the power that was inside of me from it, and that it was real. And then that's when the challenge is when you're finally made consciously aware of your power that you really got. And I was given it, and like, oh wow, yeah. I had all those praise God for all those experiences that I had blindly that I was able to see. and then find out that the power is real as can be. And yeah, so go to 9. Go to Think Film Believe 9. Yeah.